morning? How are you this morning? I listen to these and I will hear my dad. My dad had the same shuffle. When I walk into the shop, I hear that kind of shuffling. My dad walked the same way, I guess. I guess I'm a lot like my dad in that way. And we walk in our Father's footsteps, don't we? Fathers are not perfect people, of course, you're aware of that by now. But they are important. I remember when our first was born, Mallory, and they talk about this phenomenon, and women will know what I'm talking about, mothers. It's called nesting. Just before your baby is born, suddenly you just get this tremendous surge of energy, and you feel good, and you're just charging around doing a ton of stuff. Remember my wife being 9+ months pregnant up on a ladder, dusting the ceiling. Well, what I didn't know is the same thing happens to young fathers. There's this tremendous surge to provide. You suddenly got to make more money or bring more stuff home, and it caused my first job loss. I wouldn't say loss, but we were expecting, and we needed more money, and I asked for a raise, and the boss said basically no, and I immediately started a job search. And I look back on that, and a lot of that was based on biology. And so dads, by and large, they accept that part of the gig, don't they? They accept the part of making the money, getting the job. Sometimes they'll work too. They'll hear one of their kids talk about a camp, or they need this particular thing, and the dad, doesn't maybe process it. He just says, okay, and he gets another job. And then he leaves to get that money because that's what he heard is what they wanted. That's what the other dad is doing. I got to compete with that guy. So that is what happens. They are not particularly understanding of the relationship part. And this hurts both. This hurts both the parent and the child. Now, I knew a guy who literally talked out of the side of his mouth. He was like a wisecracker, and everything he'd said like this, yeah, what do you know? And a lot of his complaints was about his kids. All they wanted was money. Yeah, they need more money, and they got to get a new car. And one day he said, Father's Day was yesterday. And I thought, okay, here it comes. It's going to be the hallmark of, holiday, a waste of time and money. But no, this is what he said. Yesterday was Father's Day. I didn't get a call or anything. Not from any of them. He was hurt. Somehow they'd gotten into this cycle where he provided money, they took the money. He went to get more money. And the only way they could figure out to connect was by them asking for money and him giving money. And both sides felt cheated. A pastor friend a number of years ago told me something I thought was really wise. He said, no, Your father may not have been good, but he was good enough. Your parents may not have been good, but they were good enough. I guess if you want to, you can pick apart anything. But that's not really the point, is it? The point is that you're here with what God gave you, the tools necessary. And that is, that's enough. It's Father's Day. Call your dad. Tell him a story about you understanding him, and the trip you made. And maybe it'll be an easy thing for you. Maybe it'll be hard. But I promise you, you will appreciate it. If your dad has passed, well, then tell your kids a story about your dad. And maybe that will also pay a little something, a little appreciation, recognition, or gratitude. Well, I have a book about that. I write a bunch of books. My orange book has a section on that. If you're interested, you can go to my website. I have other videos, and here's one right here if you're subscribing on YouTube. Until we meet again, I'm Jeff Gould. Happy Father's Day.